9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From the Ground Up Productions presents Talk Therapy with Lady Miz. She's here to listen and give advice, but brace yourself. If you can't handle the truth, because she's not sugarcoating a thing. She's getting to the root of the problem and addressing the ugly truth. You're now tuned in to Talk Therapy with Lady Miz.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all already know what it is. It's Talk Therapy Tuesdays with your girl, Lady Miz, and I got Ray back on the scene once again because he got to come and have these conversations with me. Yes. Big shout out to Town Mama. Big shout out to D Moet. Big shout out to Grant Body P. Big shout out to Godson the Pharaoh. I appreciate y'all for pulling up early. Please make sure you share this live so other people can join in on this conversation. I think this is a very important conversation to have when it comes to gender roles, and we're going to get into it. But before we do, I first want to let everybody know what Talk Therapy is all about. All right. Talk Therapy is a safe place for us to discuss different topics so that we could come together and create awareness, understanding, and the importance of accountability so that we can grow into the best versions of ourselves. Okay. It is also a place for us to debate on some things and get some things off our chest. Say it with your chest, because I'm going to say my shit with my chest. Okay. But yeah, I just want to let y'all know, come on here, you vent. We are here. If y'all need somebody to talk to, I hope y'all there. If I need somebody to talk to, because I know he don't want to be hearing my mouth all day long, right? You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But yeah, before we get into the show, I just wanted to let y'all know about that first. And just again, we're here to hear y'all out. If y'all have things to get off your chest, things you want to talk about. Today's topic is, you want to say what the topic is?
Are kings born, or queens are chosen?
Yeah, so is it true that kings are born and queens are chosen? Okay, or is that just some biased rules or bull crap, or biased gender rules, I should say? We're going to get into that. Before we even get into all that, y'all know how we do. We like to always go with our commercials first. So let's first start with From the Ground Up Productions TV, which is on Roku. You guys can, if you're a content creator, listen up.
Are you a content creator? Do you make music videos, short films, documentaries, web series, kids shows, movies, stand-up comedy, visual podcast, educational shows, or sports? Are you a fitness instructor or gamer? Do you record church ceremonies or report news? If so, contact From the Ground Up Productions TV by email at fromthegroundupproductions@gmail.com. For more information on getting your content played on our network on Roku, where there are over 85 million viewers and growing. No more being limited or blocked on social media from the content you post and create. Get the freedom to be you without restrictions from controlled social media. And if you want to run your ads or sponsor our network, contact us now at fromthegroundupproductions@gmail.com to get started now.
Yes. So guys, if you're a content creator and you want to get your content on our network, hit us up, send us an email, or give us a call, or shoot us a message, and we will discuss how that can go down. Again, I want to remind y'all that Family Business is a compilation. We should be dropping that on February 18th and doing an album release party here on From the Ground Up Productions. Family Business have several different artists on there, featuring myself, Ray even dropping some bars on the track, okay? Soraya Alexis, Ian 95, Mason, Cash on Abel, Poppy Fortune, Uncle Jay, and Nas say a couple of 1-2 lines in there. So we got to give credit where credit is due. Big shout out to all of the producers and engineers that helped us with this project. We are super excited to have put it out for us to come together as a family and just be ourselves, because that's what it's all about, okay? Just being yourself, living your dream, and doing what you love. Nobody could ever stop you from that. Also, I want to remind y'all that we have another show that is going to be coming out soon. This show is called Hood Court, baby. That's right. Hood Court will be coming soon, and we will be again on YouTube and on Roku. It'll be myself and Tyler Mix. It's going down. Anybody who want to take someone to the Hood Court, you could go to my website, www.ladymiz.com. I spelled lady with an I. So it's www.ladimiz. You can go there and you can fill out a form. It's a form in it if you're complainant or if you're defended, what you're suing for / what hood rule was broken or violated. Okay, so make sure y'all look out for that and check that out and spread the word. Okay, it's going down in the hood. You already know what it is. Okay, now last but not least, I want to let y'all know that we have our chips. You guys can pre-order the chips. We are finally getting that delivery. Okay, so I am super excited about that. I don't know about y'all, but I am. Yay! I will be hitting y'all up pretty soon and sending y'all something for you to support your girl. Place some orders, and also subscribe to that website, bossmovechips.com. And if you subscribe and we get your email, we will send you information on how you could get your face on the chips. I said last but not least, but I also want to tell y'all, not Hood Court, Making It in the 845 reality show is finally about to go down. Big shout out to Big Veg over there in Rockland County. You already know what it is. 845 stand up. We got a lot of people on deck. And we finally got a first time airing date. Not airing, let me rephrase that. Recording date. We don't air right away. We got to get all the content, then put it out there. So make sure, again, y'all look out for that. That's right. So, I done said all of the promos that y'all know that we got going on. Spread the word. Look out for that. And let's get into it, baby. Let's get into it.
Real quick, let me give a shout out to Godson Pharaoh. We appreciate you, brother.
Yes, my brother. He always sharing. We see you. We appreciate you. And look out for Godson. He got some new music that's dropping. Y'all could go check him out. Godson the Pharaoh on YouTube, on SoundCloud, and all of the streaming platforms. He got plenty of music out there for everybody. So make sure y'all go check him out. That's Godson the Pharaoh. And he's up in the comments right now. Check him out. Yes. So we're getting into this topic today. And today's topic is, are kings born and queens chosen? Or is that just some type of biased gender role? Okay, we got to talk about that. And let me stop, because to tell y'all the truth, okay, I really feel, no, you know what? Before I tell y'all what I feel, why don't you tell them how you feel, Mr. Ray?
Throw me right on the spot, huh?
Tell them how you feel. I want to know how y'all feel. What y'all think about that statement?
I'm going to say, if we go by the original way that a queen was supposed to be, I would say they were chosen.
And explain how. Well, what do you mean the way it's supposed to be?
The way it is, a king is born. Well, a king is born. It depends on the succession of birth, right? So when the king dies, the next in line would be the prince. He would be a king, right?
Pull your mic in. Cool.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. It's good because I don't want that deep. And a queen is chosen by the king. You can't be a queen unless you're born, unless you're married to a king. Unfortunately, and this is just my opinion of it. I'm not saying that, the kings always go and look out for the queen. The queen is what we say back in the day is an advisory. They normally the advisor.
There you go.
To the queen, to the king.
Okay. All right, guys, listen. Ray's over here.
Yeah, there goes my queen again being.
Okay, listen. Do I really gotta tell her what real?
on here. Oh, there it goes. The mic is was muted.
Oh, okay. I don't know why the mic is muted. Can y'all hear me out there? Say what's up if you can hear me. Say what's up. So anyway, so what you said, I kind of get it, but I mean, when I'm listening to what you're saying, I'm like, I'm gonna tell you, I'm split down in the middle. I am more for. I am more for understanding that kings, like, okay, in order for, when you go back to the old days, for a queen to be a queen, she becomes a queen when a man marries her, right? Other than that, but see, who made the king a king? Because when you really look at it, a king has to be born and a king has to come from a queen, okay? Stop playing with me. Oh, I didn't drop the ball. What's what? What? Wait, I'm just saying. Hey, Ma, Gloria on the check-in. My mom over there. Ma, listen, kings are born and queens are chosen, or is that biased bullcrap? Okay, so I'm just saying overall, right? When I look at that and everything, I'm like, listen, Grant Body P, you tell me what you thinking. I say, at the end of the day, when you really want to get down to the meat and potatoes of the conversation, yes, kings are born and queens are chosen. I do believe that to a certain extent. But I'm going to tell y'all how some people might think that they kings, but the question is, are you living up to those standards as a king? You understand?
What's the standard of a king, in your opinion?
The standard, shit. Do I need to drop out the whole Santa Claus long list to tell y'all that? I mean, okay, so here's my thing. Before we do that, why don't you tell me what a king is? What is a king in your eyes?
A king is a man who owns his own, who owns his everything he owns or everything he's accomplished. Maybe he's got it with help, but he's in control and he owns it's his. Like, you know, and I'll put it this way. Like with Nasir, I've always told him, we call him Prince Nasir. So he understands you would be next in line if something happened to me, but you are not a king until you have your own. Once you have your own place and you're taking care of your own bills and you're taking care of your family, you become the king. But in here, you're going to be the prince.
Okay. So I understand where you're coming from. You're talking about, I guess, father and son. I'm talking about king and queen. All right. So
you asked me how does a king would make a king a king?
Right.
When he owns his own. Yeah. And the queen don't have nothing to do with that.
Okay. All right. So you're saying a king is a king, excuse me, based off of what he owns. And that's it. That's all that makes a king?
No.
Because then women are kings too. Because we own a lot of shit too.
No, you would be a queen. You
can't be a king. But I don't know. We might be taking your spot. That's what I'm saying.
Why is it women always want to take a man's spot? Why didn't you just can't have your own or create your own spot?
I like that. That's a good comeback. All right. Okay. Where the things at? Where is the things? I don't even know where they at. Oh, there it is. Shots fired, because that's what it was.
Yeah, I like what Godson said.
Okay. What did Godson say?
He said it's bullshit, y'all. The mentality of royalty was dealt with is not ours. It's European.
Godson always dropping them jewels. He said, no, we not feeling that. Okay. Well, you know what? I think I do remember him saying something to that effect before. I don't know if it was him or King Charlie Prince, but I do remember one of y'all saying that, and it might have been Godson who's saying it right now. Like, he not with it. He not taking those titles or what do you call it? I guess gender roles.
No, it would be a title. You got it right.
All right. So listen, whatever you choose to say, king, queen, however, we're talking about who is the main person running shit. Okay, let me just get right to the point. Who's the main person that's really, really running stuff? What makes a man a king and what makes a woman a queen? So again, I understand where you come from, Godson. We just going based off of, because listen, y'all, don't you be like, hey, what's up, queen? You know what I'm saying? So, how did we become a queen? So then maybe Godson is saying that. Are you saying that Kings don't make a queen. We already queens within itself. Is that what you're saying, Godson? Ultimately, let me tell you what I think.
Yeah, and I understand where he's coming from, because when you look at the aspect of royalty in it, the way it was done, that is European, because we did have kings and queens in Africa.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right? But they didn't. It wasn't the way they celebrated the European way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they make it. They got to get marched through the world.
Well, we're not talking. Okay, so we're not talking about that. Big shout out to King Charlie Prince. Big shout out to Cousin Sonia. Big shout out to Melinda. I see y'all. We're not talking about that, right? We are not talking about that. What we are talking about, I get it. We're not talking about the old-fashioned way, the way they march through and all of that. We talking really on some, y'all know what it is. Come on. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all know what time it is. King, my queen, blah, blah, blah. On that level, right? That's the way we're discussing it. Now, there is plenty of other ways that people can, really dictate or determine how it falls under that category. But really, technically, what we're talking about is the ones who run shit. In a sense, that's how I'm looking at it. The ones who basically run stuff.
So you're basically saying, in a sense of the urban way of being used, the kings and queens. The urban way.
Yes. And or it don't really have to be urban.
We normally I'm gonna say it is urban, because we run around. We're saying we're kings and queens, right?
Well, I think it's better to say kings and queens than to say bitches and niggas, right? I mean, listen, we could beep it out later.
Or the way Godson said it, gods and earth.
Right. Oh, the gods and earth. Peace to the gods and the earth. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. They say that. Peace to the gods and earth. Top of the morning. What else they say? I forget.
Top of the morning.
Yeah.
That's Irish.
Don't listen. People say top of the morning though. I'm just saying. So
black people.
Yes, everybody. They say, where you at?
I ain't never heard no.
It's on Facebook. It's all over Facebook. Yo, he don't know. But all right, so check it out. What is the what would you say the qualifications when it comes to the man that represents himself as the king? What are the qualifications for that?
Well, one of them Godson already hit on is a king is a knowledge of himself. He already,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you put that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. 2 is a king. Like I said, he leads. The king has to know how to lead.
Let's talk about leadership real quick. Up. You already know what it is. It's about to go down. All right.
She about to bash men again.
I am not bashing men. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Let me just make myself very clear here. I'm not bashing men at all. Okay, I don't. And I hope that I don't come across like that. Personally, me, I think that you men should be leading. I think that y'all should be leading. I think you should be the king. I actually think that we should be a little more submissive to our men to a certain degree. However, again, I'm going to backtrack even off of the last show. Oh, he got something to say. All right. But let me backtrack off of the last show. Okay. So, when I say all of that, I feel that, again, the reason why women always, because I hear a lot of guys say, oh, women just want to be dudes all the time, or they want to do this and they want to do that. And you talk about leadership. Well, you have to show leadership skills. Okay. If the woman has to constantly tell you what to do, how to do it, if she's grinding harder than you, if she's taking care of the house or paying all the bills, this falls in, and this is, I'm not saying this in reference to us, I'm saying in general so that nobody don't get it twisted, okay? I'm just saying in general, if the man is not doing all that stuff, then are you really living up to the king qualities?
No, I wouldn't say they're not, no.
Okay, so are they really the king?
No.
Are they really the king?
Right, but king, people know who to call a king and who not.
So what do you call those men? Bitch ass. Wait, hold on. I'm playing.
No, a man. I don't even call those men. You can't even call that guy a man if he doesn't take care of his home, don't support his family. That is not a man in no shape or form. Okay, that's a boy.
Big shout out to Tanya. Yeah. How are you, sweetie? Listen, you're saying that that's a boy. Okay, so check it out. Here's the thing. Some people don't believe that they are not living up to their king qualities. There's some men who are extremely relaxed in today's time where they want the woman to respect them, right? Like the queen that she is, and they are not doing everything that represents what a king is. So how do you want respect for the role when you're not playing the role?
Well, unfortunately, I don't know that. I'm not in that position, so I can't ask.
He said, don't put that shit on me.
I'm not gonna even try to answer for somebody like that.
He said, who you talking to? Not me.
I can't answer that question because I don't know.
All right, so let's get personal here. So you're telling me you think that you don't not do none of those things at all. You think that you live up to every single standard of what a king is.
My opinion.
Did I hear that? I said,
hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
I don't know. All right, so listen. So you should be asking me the same question, but you're not. See, the battle got to be on. If you're not saying, because I could be coming for you, but if you sitting there and you ain't saying nothing to me,
I don't care if you come for me. Okay. I know what I am.
Okay,
that's what makes me a king. It ain't nobody in here.
So that's another quality that makes you a king. What y'all think?
It ain't nobody is ever going to tell me their opinion of what they think I should be.
I like that. And I get where you coming from. However, and then we're going to get to the comments. However, you're saying that, and I agree with you. And that's the same for us as a queen, right? So then how is it that then men saying, oh, well, you're not a queen unless I make you one? See, what you just said right there contradicts men. But it really does. It actually contradicts what you said earlier, because you said, yeah, well, the guy got to be a king. And I actually agree with you, right? But then you turn around and say, well, ain't nobody going to tell me what I am and what I'm not. But you think you got the right to tell the woman what she is and what she's not, based off of the title that you give her? Come on, y'all, let's go.
I never said that. But it's still, but you can't come into it. If I'm a king in my world, any woman who comes into it that I consider that person would be considered my queen. You can't come in the exact same thing. If you consider yourself a queen, if you invite me into your world as your man, then I become your king, especially if I'm holding down what I'm supposed to do, right? Yes. By your standards, right?
I don't know. We're gonna get back to that. Let's read some of these comments. Let's go up. What should we be addressing? Let's start from Godson. Or is it Godson? Knowledge? No, I think it's Tanya. Let's start from Tanya. Okay, so she said, I think what makes a man a king is how he sees himself, carries himself, and cares for, I guess, himself, and respects cares for and respects his family.
He represents his family.
And represents his family. I don't need my glasses. You ain't got your glasses on either. We trying to look cool.
But I see that.
There he go, trying to be the king. Okay, same applies for what makes a queen. Okay, I respect that. Okay, I understand that. I get that. Okay, because you actually just said that. So, y'all on the same page. Okay, let's go to King Charlie Prince. The true queen knows how to balance her confidence with large. Am I reading that right?
Doses of humility.
Oh, I got it as does. Okay, humility. Okay, all right. So, what does that mean? Yeah. Why you shaking your head?
I totally agree, because you know what? A lot of females, y'all always say, "Hey, you want a man to lead, right?" Like in your sense.
Okay.
But y'all always want to take charge, and then when the man lets you take charge, then you're like, "Oh, you're not leading." So if you humble yourself sometimes and let the man do his job without questioning how it's done, you'll see a lot more leadership. Okay,
so again, I kind of agree with that. Go click on Godson, and then let me address this first. So you're saying that we should allow y'all to lead more, and which we kind of talked about that before. But again, and I'm gonna backtrack. you got to show leadership skills, right?
Yeah,
if a woman comes up and she don't see the man really handling this business or doing certain things and they're too comfortable, then again, like I said on the last show, things could fall apart. We got to get things done. Things got to keep moving. If you are not doing certain things as a king or a man should be, then the woman is going to step in. And in my opinion, when a woman steps in, I feel that y'all should be happy because we're not just sitting back just letting you mess up. We're like, hold up, we making sure that things is right.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you like this, and this is what I always say to you. If you don't, if you always step in thinking, hey, let me fix it before it's messed up, and a king also has to learn from his mistakes.
Okay, understood.
Any man, as a human, we all going to make mistakes. And if you keep stepping and saying, let me fix it before you make a mistake, you're always going to be wondering if your man can lead.
Okay, but here's my thing. I agree with what you're saying. However,
no, there should be no however.
Whoa. Hold on. You spoke. Let me say my piece. However, what if the woman sees the man messing up and she interjects at that moment?
Right. But
so then sometimes we can't allow you to just make mistakes because those mistakes could be very costly, and it could be you never know what can happen. So why would we sit back and just allow certain things? It's okay, you can allow, right? So like you said, because we all learn from our mistakes, but at the same time, like when you really think about it, you can't really allow every mistake to happen because something could be really bad at the end, and we got to stop that from happening, especially if we see that it's about to go down.
See, that's where the issue is. That's where the issue comes in, because you think, hey, if you might perceive something to be wrong, and that's why I say to you, as a spouse, and I'm gonna go back to this, as a spouse, as with me, and as any man and woman, the job with each other is an advisory role. Doesn't mean that you step in and say, hey, I see you messing up, let me take over. It means, hey, let me pull you to the side, say, hey, look, this is what's wrong. A lot of times when the other person, and I'm not gonna say because men do it too, when we step in the role, we try to push the other person out without giving them a chance to understand what it is that can be fixed. So how do you, and I've learned this in the Navy and being in the military, a leader knows how, you got to know how to deal with different personalities. And if you do not know how to deal with somebody and you don't know how to lead them, then how do you expect somebody to follow you? And a lot of times when you enter, or when you step in and you take over, you're now not putting that person in a position to show you that they can lead.
Okay. All right. I understand that. King Charlie Prince said, a woman with queen vibes surround herself with trusted advisors and supporters who have her best interests at heart, and she takes time to really listen to their advice. Okay. I definitely agree with that 100%. King Charlie Prince. Godson says the sisters have, wait, where we at? Right there. Okay. Godson says the sisters have to do their part as well. I agree with that as well, too. And Tanya, next, she says that men and women have to be on the same wavelength and be working towards their goals together, building. All right. So I agree with that as well. Being on the same mindset and wavelength is so important, because if you're on different, if you think different, it's like having a Muslim and a Christian, right? Y'all gonna debate and you're gonna go through different things and stuff like that. So you won't be on the same page. Big shout out to Shaki and Renee in the building. I see y'all. How y'all doing?
Real quick, Sonia, she said, I think queens are born and kings are chosen because women have always been the backbone. Men can't really run shit like women can.
Yo, Sonia is the G, my cuz. She pull up and she said, I'm not even trying to hear what y'all saying. She don't be playing. Y'all heard her. Put that comment back up there. What she say?
She had me in the beginning.
I see you, cuz, so you let them know what it is. You want to read it again, or should I read it again? Let me. No. We gonna read that comment, y'all. We gonna read that comment. Cousin Sonia said, "I think queens are born and kings are chosen because women always have to be that backbone. Men can't really run shit like a woman can." Dropping a bomb on them. Because guess what? What is, and it's so funny because that was going to be my next thing. Ultimately, the queen runs shit. I mean, what is a king without a queen anyway?
I'm gonna say that, and that statement right there.
I'm crip walking.
Is exactly why women are always complaining men don't lead. Because y'all think it's
what
all
you
about
mean?
Y'all right there. That statement says it all. It's all about y'all. Y'all, if it ain't me, if I'm not involved as the queen, it ain't gonna work.
Well, okay, go up to Renee's comment, but before I want to address that. So here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing.
Which one?
I don't know where you went. You got to find it. So here's the thing, guys. At the end of the day, right, when you really look at the whole situation, I really think that it's based off of the experiences that we have. Because you got some men and you have some boys. You got some kings and then you got some, I don't even know what you would call them. So I've dealt with, no, they ain't princes either, okay? I'm talking about dudes that ain't holding it down at all. So a lot of times, women are the backbone. We are really the ones. We're the glue to shit. We're the ones that motivate, make things happen. We are that. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying that there are no men out there like that. Of course there are. And those type of men are the ones, in my opinion, they are the kings and they are the leaders. I believe that the man should be leading. I personally do believe that. When I have to lead and if I have to lead, I'm not really happy with it. And you better believe, if I gotta lead, I'm looking with the side eye like, yo, why your ass ain't leading? If I gotta lead, I'm not feeling that because now I'm not gonna respect you as the king that you wanna be or think that you are because you're not doing your job as one.
And let me ask you a question then. And I have to say this. Would it be fair to a woman, using your opinion right there, right? Yes. If a man said to you, you know what? I can't respect you because you don't know how to shut up. I'm be honest.
Wait, first before I even address that, I got to keep it so real. Are you talking to me? Because I know, I'm just saying. You sure that you ain't trying to tell me to shut up?
Because no, this is what all women, all men don't know how to lead. Men are out here being men. You are. You know what the problem is?
What?
The men that are leading are taken. So the ones who complaining about that are out here chasing the boys, and then they're wondering why they don't have a leader.
That's another bomb drop for you, baby. That's another bomb drop for you. Let's read Renee's comment. You want to read it or you want me to read it?
Some men, some men represent themselves as a king, but do not treat women as queens. That is where the system gets lost. You can be a leader or a king if you can't be a leader or a king if you are not doing what is required.
Big up to Renee. That's what I'm talking about. And I agree. And that's what I'm trying to say. You understand what I'm saying? Let's go to Melinda's comment next, because we want y'all input too. What did Melinda say? She said, sometimes a king may need a queen's gentle guidance.
I totally agree.
Yes.
Gentle guidance.
Right. Okay.
That's what it is. The queen is an advisory role. It's in the role of the advisor.
Okay.
And but unfortunately, like I said, some women believe, I have to step in, push you out the way. And and that's no longer you're complaining about leading. If you got to push the guy out the way and say, hey, do it my way, then you can't complain about leadership.
Okay. All right. So, Shaki said, great comments. And D Moet on the check-in, he said, become one. Yep. Become one what? I'm not sure. I know we got, because you got to remember it's a slight delay. And then we be talking so much and then we get to the comments afterwards. Yeah. So just clarify, become one what? D Moet.
Tanya says some women need to be a bit more submissive and let kings rule.
I agree. I said that.
She's some women.
Yeah, Tanya, me too. Wait, listen. You know what? Let's talk about that for a minute. And then we're gonna get to some more of y'all comments. She said, "Me and the Mr. dispute this a lot." Okay, here is the thing. I think that, and I'm just speaking for myself. I think that our past relationships sometimes play a role with our experiences. It could be our household. Did we grow up in a single family household? Did we grow up with just a mother where she was handling everything? Did we have relationships where we were dealing with men who were overly relaxed and not really holding it down, and we had to do a lot? And did that cause us to now get into this role and habits that we don't know how to break and get out of? And I believe that it really did affect, well, for me, my past did affect me in that way. So because I had to be the one to do so much, it really made me not know how to step down. So I'm always so used to really being the boss. Boss Move Chips. Make sure y'all check that out. At a theater near you. No, I'm already playing a shameless plug. But anyway, no, all jokes aside, it's hard to break out of that mentality, right? And because it's so hard to break out of that mentality, it's used against us in a negative way, where with especially Black women, we're looked at as, oh, you're too aggressive, you're too this, you're too that. And every time we're told we're too aggressive, we're too bossy, we're too controlling. And it ain't just Black women like that, by the way. But they'll look at all of those qualities. But then what about all of the other things that we're doing to make sure shit is right? We're too aggressive because we're going to get our point across and we're going to make sure shit is done. We bossy because we're not taking no shit and we letting y'all know this is how it's going to go down. We you know what I mean? So again, I understand that at some point, okay, we do got to fall back and let the man lead. The man should be the leader. The man should be the protector. The man should be the provider. But if you are not doing that, should you be respected as the king? I would say if you chose that man and he wasn't doing it, then you got what you got, right? I don't know.
I'm going to say this. In part of your point, when you say that, you know, they're always saying that Black women are too aggressive or too, that is not men saying that. That is boys saying that, you know.
Really?
I could deal with it. As a man, I know how say what you want. I know how to do what I'm going to do anyway, you know.
Okay.
But anybody who's complaining about that, those are the guys you see that, I don't like Black women.
What do you mean?
You ain't seeing no real man with his wife saying, you're too. If he says it to you, it's not something to say, hey, I'm not going to deal with you no more. It's something that we can't handle. It's something we're saying to you now. And I know men say it where they can't handle it. There's a lot of men out here to be like, I don't want to deal with Black women because they too aggressive. Nah, real men ain't saying that. And if we say it to you, or we say you're too aggressive, it's not to say that I'm not going to deal with you. It's to say that you, hey, tone it down some.
Tone what down?
The attitude. Depending on what the attitude is, you know. Sometimes we deserve an attitude. I'm not gonna bullshit you.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you said that because I was listening to, and I always bring him up. I don't know if you guys watch him. I don't watch him a lot, but I might tune in once in the blue moon or see his post. Kevin Samuels. Did I say his name right? And he was talking to a girl, and he was basically telling her, like, I'm going to say it exactly how he said it to her. And then Renee, we're going to get to your comment. He told her when she was explaining, trying to show her her strength, trying to show him her strength, he told her, put your dick on the table. and I was like, what does that mean? What does that mean? You're telling a woman to put her dick on the table. What the hell does that mean? So then I said, oh, that must mean that you are not strong and you're not powerful and you don't have a dick, so you can't talk like that because you don't run shit. And the only way you could run shit is if you had a penis. That's what I got from Kevin Samuel. How do you feel about that?
I don't know the situation, so I don't know how to comment on that. But he
playing it safe.
No, I'm saying I can't comment on the way. I don't know what she may have said to make him feel like that. You know, she might have said something that touched the nerve.
I should have put that clip in. Next time, when I reference him, I'm gonna take these clips and put it up there so we could see. Now, don't get me wrong, I really do agree with a lot of stuff that he be saying. Probably majority of it, honestly. I'll say about 90% of it I agree with. Even if it is talking about me, because again, sometimes when he say stuff, I see myself in it, and I be like, damn, I'm like that. And when you're really thinking about it, it kind of ain't right. So I got some shit I got to fix with me. But let's get into Renee's comment real quick. Renee said, my king shows partnership. Being a king does not mean being in control of the relationship, but agreeing on who carries which role best. Ooh.
That sounds so familiar.
Yes.
Because I say that to you all the time. We in a relationship.
Okay.
If we both bring the same thing to the table, who picks up where we don't have on the table, what we don't have on the table, right?
Right.
So each person's going to bring what they're best at to the relationship. Okay. And then if one's weak, the other got to be strong.
Okay, understood. And I totally understand that too. So basically, we can't have the exact same skills because we'll be lacking in something. But let me backtrack a little bit to something that you said earlier, and I'm trying to remember this. It was about us like stepping in. Oh God, it was just in my head and then I just freaking forgot. Because I really wanted to address this because I felt like I kind of had to let you know about yourself. Because I was like, hold up, what is he trying to say? And it's crazy. I hate when that happens. Listen, let me say this. I'm going off topic real quick. Here go my conspiracy. COVID. Yeah, COVID, right? But I don't know about y'all, but are y'all forgetting a lot? I be in mid sentence. And then I just forget what the hell I was going to talk about. I mean, it was just right there in my head, and then I just forgot. I can't stand when that happens. But when I remember, I'm coming back for you. So, let me go to Town Mama's comment. Okay.
A queen will be quiet in public, but in the bedroom, men will get theirs.
Oh!
Or they won't laugh.
I like that. See, I think that let me tell you what I think. I think that men have to really definitely show their leadership skills, especially in public. I think if a woman is being the aggressor, the one that's showing that she's in control, and most of that, I mean, oh God, I'm slurring with my words. If she is doing that in public, it doesn't make her man look good. Okay? I had a problem with that. I'm still working on it. I'm not gonna lie. Like Tanya said, she said, I'm them people. What I'm talking about, I'm working on. And this is why we gotta have these conversations. These conversations are so important because we can't ask a king to be a king if we don't allow him to look and represent himself as a king. He might be trying to step up and do that, and we might be interjecting and interrupting the moment for him to shine. So sometimes you're right. We gotta sit back, okay? We gotta be quiet. We got to let him do what he do and let him lead. Because every time we interrupt, we don't give him the chance to show his leadership skills and all of that and show that he's a king. And again, I think that, excuse me, I think it goes back to the habits that we form over time by our past, things that we've seen growing up, our household. I think it definitely goes back to that. And again, work with us. You got to work with us. Like, you think that I'm extremely bossy, like always trying to interrupt you from leading?
No, I would say extremely bossy. It depends on the moment. Like like simple stuff. I'd be like, yo, I can do that. Just fall back. I got it.
Why is it that y'all ego though? If it's something simple,
I was waiting for that. See, every time a man says he can handle something and he don't need your help, the first thing a woman thinks is it has to do with his ego. It has ego is not anything about it. What makes you think that if you have this guy and you call him your man, then how could you look at that man and think that he can't handle simple stuff? It's not an ego with me saying, yo, I can do the simple things.
Okay.
And that's where we're saying, you know what, if you fall back, and I say this to anybody who has this attitude about always interjecting, if you fall back and relax, you'll realize how much gets done where you have time to do something else.
I definitely need time to do other shit.
If you fell back and watch and see that, hey, it can get done, that's what makes a couple work. Let's say, hey, you handle that, I handle that. If you keep going in, and I say this, it's micromanaging. Yeah, it's like, imagine your job, your boss standing over your shoulder telling you simple stuff. That's what it's like in a relationship.
That could be very annoying. I could see how that could be very, very annoying.
So it has nothing to do with ego. It has to do with annoyance. It's like, yo, fall back. I got the simple stuff.
Right.
And
I
then
understand.
You can't complain about not having a leader if you're not falling back, especially on simple stuff.
Absolutely. I seen a comment by Godson, and I wanted to we're going to get address all these comments real quick so we could catch up. Godson said you got that, babe? Okay. Godson said each one has their part, but since the days of slavery, the black woman has been put against the black man, and this mentality still affects us. When women move to handle things that man should, or vice versa. Okay, there is a separate message. Messes up the role in the relationships in real life. I agree with that, Godson. I absolutely agree. I do believe that a house can be it's unbalanced and it's not the right way if the woman is constantly the one that's doing everything and leading. And I'm still go back to this statement that at the end of the day, trust me, women, if I might not be speaking for all women, but I think I'm speaking for majority, that we don't want to have to do all of that. We really want to let our king and let our man shine and be that. But you got to step up and do your thing. Right. So in today's time,
you can't say that though. You can't say, hey, I really want my man to lead. And then when he's actually trying to lead, you stepping in.
Well, let me address the slavery part, Godson. Remember this, okay? We were all being raped, murdered, and beat. But one of the things that they did was they made sure that they belittled the black man in front of the black woman, hung the black man in front of the black woman and children to instill fear in them so that the woman no longer can feel like she's being protected or can be protected by the black man, right? So they did it. They killed and raped and beat and hung us us as women. I'm not making this a white or black thing. I'm really just addressing Godson's comment. So with that being said, I believe that the roles started there. So see, this is a deep-rooted issue, in my opinion. I believe that it started there. So now the woman has to I got to be the protector. I got to protect myself and I got to protect my child now because he can't protect me. So I'm the woman of the house. And then you got this whole thing, this whole feminism and the women empowerment. I don't have nothing against it, but I do believe that also contributes to destroying the families, and especially the black families where things was offered to them and I have no problem because I had Section 8. So please don't think that I'm talking against that. I am not, okay? Because it's Jews and all the people, they got it, okay? And ain't nobody saying nothing to them. So if you got it, good, okay? And I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm dead serious. But when they gave these things to the women and said that, hey, you could come and apply for services, but the man can't be in the house. And if he is, then we're not going to help you. That's another way for women to think that they don't need a man. That mentality of, I don't need a man, I could do this myself. It didn't just come out of nowhere. Deep-rooted issues. And I always tell people, we got to get to the root of the issue. Where did this come from? Because our grandparents didn't come up with that mentality out of nowhere. And neither did our mothers or whoever, right? This, I don't need a man, I could do bad all by myself. And I'm this, and I'm a single parent. I raise all my kids, blah, blah, blah. I don't need no man to do that. I disagree with that statement. You do. I think...
I'll tell you where that came from.
What?
That came from too many women watching TV thinking that's how it's supposed to be. Everybody looks at the TV. Yes.
I think it started from slavery, I said.
Right. The feminist movement started all of that where I don't need a man.
Right. Okay.
And women started looking at TV and then all of these movies about, you always got an image of a man not being able to hold it down. This is, if you look at TV today, TV shows a lot of movies where the man is just the worst guy in the world.
Listen, let me just say this, guys, real quick before I even do this. I want to tell y'all, if you're tuning in right now, please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the notification button so that you know when we're going live. I do send out reminders to everybody, but I'm gonna keep it so real. Sometimes it feels like a lot of work. I guess you got to put in the work, but I really would love when we could get to the point where it makes it easy for us, that we have more time. We don't have to keep reminding. It's almost like nobody's reminding people that power is on, right? We just know it comes on. We like the show, we support it, and we pull up, or however you watch it. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that notification button so that you guys can know when we are on and when we are live. I
got a question. I was about to get Godson the Pharaoh question.
Okay.
Why does a relationship end when a brother hits hard times financially wise, as if money is the only thing that matters in a relationship?
That's a good. Well, first of all, let me address this, and let's be realistic. And this is I heard it on Kevin Samuel's show, but he's telling the truth. Check it out. Women want financial stability in a relationship. Okay. I don't care what anybody say. And I do agree that most men do not care about how much a woman makes. They care more about how the woman looks over how much she makes. Okay. But when you're in a relationship and you're building and you're trying to grow, of course, both incomes matter because we're both bringing to the table. We both got to grow, and we're trying to evolve. But I guess if a relationship ends because of money, then the relationship was not really a real relationship. It was based off of money the whole time. There was never any really true love there to begin with, right? So that's why that relationship ends. Okay. So anybody that's in a relationship because they're only there based off of what they can get because they're using the person. Let's just be straight to the point. So it's not even a relationship. It's just somebody being used. Okay.
I would say the real question is, why is it a relationship no good once the woman is no longer happy? But a man we could be unhappy in a relationship for years before, but we are supposed to,
say that again. You lost me.
In a relationship, most time the relationship is no longer good when a woman no longer feels she's happy. Especially when it's the woman who, when in a circle where both should be making each other happy, a lot of times it's only the woman that feels like I should be happy or this relationship is worthless.
Well, listen, anybody, no matter what side it's on, if they feel unhappy, then the relationship is worthless. When you think about it, I mean, who is gonna feel like the relationship is all great if they're unhappy in it? Like, to me, that just doesn't. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's a lot of comments here that I want to address. Go back up a little bit for me.
King Charlie Prince had one right there.
Okay, we could start with that one, and then I seen another one, I think, from Al Mosley. Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, the king said, look, he came up with the king, right? He said, "I am a king."
A queen?
No. I was saying the king. He's the king. Go ahead.
Oh, the King Charlie Prince said, "A queen doesn't say, why is this happening to me? Instead, she says, how can I learn from this? How can I work through this?"
Right. I agree with that. Absolutely. Al Mosley said, respect should be neutral in the streets as well as the household. Yep. So I agree with that too. So when I said in the streets, when I spoke about that earlier, I wasn't just saying that the woman should respect her man only in the streets and then get home and then treat him like crap. What I'm saying is when, especially when people, because see, men, I don't care what you say, men got egos, right? And if a man doesn't feel like they do, if I disrespected you in public, it would make you feel like she's disrespecting me. It would make you feel like, yo, less than a man, it wouldn't.
No, it was. See, that's where you're wrong, because you're actually confusing your disrespect with ego. See, it's not my ego; it's the fact that you disrespected me.
Okay,
and that's where it's. You can't confuse the two, and that's where a lot of people go, "Oh, I disrespected you. Is now something wrong with your ego?" It ain't nothing wrong with me. It's the fact that you have to recognize that I was disrespected.
Okay, all right. Okay, I can understand that. Let me see Tanya's statement here. She said that men don't like to have power struggles at all. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. If they feel their manhood is being tested, especially by their queens, they begin to question their power themselves and wonder what's next. I agree with that. That's a good statement, Tanya. Thank you so much for that. Let me tell you why. Because it is true. And I, even with myself, if a woman disrespects a man or her man, okay, you and a man allow it, you now open the door for more disrespect. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. You should have shut the shit down from the jump, okay? If you let it go, then you should have shut it down. Yeah, I agree. You should have shut it down from the jump. Okay, definitely, most definitely. And he probably, yeah, he's right, because next thing you know, it could turn physical. Okay, and now we ain't representing no more kings and queens. But you know, let's go to Mom Gloria, and then we want to. I'm gonna go to some more comments, but what is the solution, guys? Because that's what this is about, right? We're talking about these things, but we gotta have a solution, because that's what therapy is. The purpose of it is having a solution to these issues. Okay, you want to go?
Yep. Mom Gloria said 50-50 equals 100. Kings find the women that are 50% quality. Queen humble themselves to 50%. Kings knowing that 20 to 40 can't work.
And you know what? I understand that, but I always say, don't give me 50%, because that means I'm also losing out on 50. I think you need to come 100%, and I come 100%. Now, yeah, is anybody going to be exactly perfect all the time? No. But if you give me 50, then you half-assing it. And I don't want no half-ass shit. Give me 100. I'm going to give you 100. And this is how we're going to make it work. And if we slack off a little bit on the percentage type, that's good. But I'm going to keep it real. I don't want 50. I don't want 50.
Yeah, Post,
okay?
I like his comment. In a relationship, my wife can be who she is, because when it's time to put on for my family, she knows what I bring to the plate.
Okay. All right. So put on for your family. Polestar, what does that mean? Does that mean financially? Does that mean as a protector? Does that mean that you are the one that's holding it down, speaking, making sure things are getting done? Like, or
I would assume that would be.
But it could be different for somebody. I mean, guys, are y'all out there putting on, or are you doing what you got to do as a man? Like, that could be different for each person, because some people could think they doing their job and they ain't even on their job. You know what I mean? And the woman could be like, damn, he really think that he about it, and he ain't even doing shit. So, and I'm not saying this to you, Post Law. I'm just saying in general.
But right, that's the same thing for a queen. A queen could believe she's holding. When we have these things, and that's the issue with being when we use the terms king and queen, because in a relationship, two people bring, like I said, they bring each other. What we bring to the table is what makes the relationship work. Now, you can't if you think you're doing what you're supposed to do and you're not, you have to accept that when it's being told to you, that's what it is. And it has nothing to do with ego, but it's also about communication.
Okay. All right. Okay. You going to the comments? All right.
Yeah. Al Mosey said this goes back to last week with this modern day woman shit.
I love Al Mosley. He don't write his stuff on nothing. Well, what part do you consider the modern day woman shit, Al Mosley? I mean, really, what part do you consider that? Okay. You went back. Okay, you gonna read that one?
A guy took our parking spot and I went off, and afterward my king said I was out of place. He was supposed to handle that. He would have done more calmly. We could have gotten shot that night.
Ooh, Renee, good comment. Good comment. You're right. I think that in situations like that, but not for nothing, sometimes you're human. You have emotions. You might want to act out. But the truth of the matter is that's where self-control comes in, because he is right. That is something that a man should be kind of, in my opinion, should be handling. It can get out of hand. It could get dangerous. Not just, I mean, the ending result, like you said, especially in today's time where people are crazy as hell. Okay. I think COVID made people even worse, and mental health is on a whole nother level. So you never know if somebody could end up getting shot, because we as women, we are emotional beings, and we might act out or do something in a certain way. So I 100% agree with you, and you got to be careful with that. Next time, let the king handle it, queen. Absolutely. So I rebuked that question. I don't know what Tanya said. This is another Tanya Jasper.
Yeah,
she
said,
have
to catch up.
Yeah, we're gonna catch up. Let's catch up now. Let's address all these comments real quick. Let's start from Renee, and then we'll go down. Slavery. Renee says slavery separated families. Women became head of household. Welfare. That's what I was talking about earlier. And when men were allowed back, we didn't know / want to release our status. I agree with that. Ooh, Renee be dropping them jewels. We have to want to let worthy men back into their positions.
Yep.
Oh my God. Absolutely. That statement right there is everything. But you want to know something? Go back to that, please. Let's go back to that real quick. I want to point something out. I agree with that whole thing. But let's talk about worthy men. No. I'm not. No. Let's talk about where. See, why are you getting so upset about it? No, it's not about putting men down. So, I mean, this is just an opinion. I want to know what y'all think. What is considered worthy men? Put it in the comment section, and I'm going to read on some more. We're going to read some more comments. Let's go to Tanya. Go ahead, babe.
Even in the music we listen to today, Upgrade You, single ladies, the whole mentality of we can do it all by ourselves and don't need a man no more. We got this. Yes,
absolutely. That is very true. It started, I don't know, who did it start with? It didn't even start with, I was going to say Janet Jackson. What was that song she had? What have you done for me lately? I don't know, but it started way before her too. I can't even think of the songs right now, but I do agree with that 100%. Tony Little said, no communication. The relationship is dead for sure. Okay. Tanya says she agrees. And Tanya says, Ray, okay, let's go to the other Tanya's. There's a Tanya, if I'm saying it right, and then a Tanya. That's an O or A?
A.
Okay. Oh, darn, my eyes is messed up. Okay. So then.
Tanya said, Ray, I think it's because men tend to stay and not be honest about their unhappiness. And some rather end up cheating where a woman, when unhappy, she is unhesitant to leave.
Okay. Ooh, wait. Let's talk about that real quick. Okay, let's talk about that. That's a good statement. That's another good comment. You guys got some great comments, by the way. I appreciate that. Because again, we need to discuss this and go back to it. So, all right. Men tend to stay and not be honest about their unhappiness. That's a good point.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, Tanya.
I understand the statement, but
it's a good point. A lot of men do stay. Okay. And they are not honest about their happiness. So what do? They go behind your back. They cheat. They go on, be in people's inboxes and shit, trying to holler. You know what I'm saying? They do all types of shit, and they stay in a relationship. Whereas the woman, she on her Janet Jackson. What have you done for me lately? Yo, or she's unhappy about the situation or whatever he's not doing, right? And she's addressing it. But when she addresses it, I guess she becomes the nag at that time?
No, I'm going to say this, all right? It may be. But you got to also understand, and this is where communication is, because women ask for communication. There you go again. Just chill. Women ask for communication. And then when a man is speaking to you, y'all don't want to listen.
Okay.
So some men you do stay even though they're unhappy, but we can't say they're not communicating, because there are men who communicate.
Okay.
It's not, I'm not gonna say all men. I can't speak for all men, but we can't say that all men don't communicate. That's not true.
Okay. So that's his statement on that. So now all right. All right. So wait, you skipped the. I was going to read that next comment. Solution. Let's talk about that. We get into that part now. This is the part that I want to hear from y'all, because we got all of the things of what's wrong, but we could talk about this all night. But how do we fix the issue? What are the solutions that we have? And I know we did actually kind of address that, but I'm gonna say Tanya's solution is communication up front. Each one must know and understand their roles and responsibility in the relationship.
Totally agree.
Absolutely. And Renee's solution. Okay.
Renee's solution is to readjust our mindsets, but only if both parties agree on it. We cannot agree to disagree. We have to see what each party brings to the table and be willing that what fits best for each.
And be willing for what's for the. Okay. Hold on. Let me just make sure I understand that. Okay, readjust the mindset. Change the way you think. You start with the thinking first, okay? Because that is very true. Everything that you do, it has to start here first in your mind, right? So once you think it, right, then you can start to act it out. There's nothing that we do that doesn't come in our mind first. So once we readjust our mindset, that is definitely, we're on the path to the right, we're on the right path. But again, you got to be consistent. You actually have to make it a habit. Okay. Just the same way how we got into the habit of being bossy, not letting our kings be kings, not allowing them to be leaders or lead. We got into that mindset, and we got into those habits, and we don't know how to break out of it. So you got to start day by day. But you guys, y'all got to be patient, okay? Just like we got to be patient with y'all, because y'all ain't perfect, and y'all got a lot of things that y'all got to fix with y'all too. All right?
Right. And see, if anybody walks into a relationship expecting perfection, you already failed the relationship.
Okay.
You got to be honest with yourself. You failed the relationship if you walk in thinking it's going to be perfect. Now,
I agree.
There's some shit that you should not tolerate, but
okay,
there are going to be mistakes. And I'm not saying cheating is not a mistake. Anybody who says, "Oh, I made a mistake and cheated on you," is bullshit. It's not a mistake.
Right. I agree.
That took planning. And the only reason it is a mistake now is because you got caught. That was the only mistake in any cheating.
Right. Okay. And what did King Charlie Prince say? Let's go back up and let's go to because cheating, please. And that's definitely not a mistake. That's a choice that is on both people's side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the definition. King Charlie Prince said, the definition of a queen is the quality, unique, educated, elegant, and nurturer. Absolutely. I agree with that. 100%. Renee
said, that's like women who say, "I am the mother and the father to my kids." We can never teach a boy to be a man because we do not have men knowledge and qualities.
Absolutely. I agree with that. And that is true. See, and again, going back to, I
can't say that.
No. Why are you speaking like that?
No. I'm not going to say that because I was a man raised by a single mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was no man teaching me how to be a man, but my mother taught me all the things I needed to understand to take care of my family.
That's a difference. Yeah, she taught you how to be a great nurturer.
No.
Okay.
Taking care of your family is a man is supposed to make sure he provides for his family. That is not a nurturer.
No, definitely. I agree with that. Well, in a sense it is. But in my opinion, I agree with that. However, I still agree that a woman, just like a man can't tell or teach a little girl how to be a woman.
No.
A man can't teach.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
A man can't teach you confuse me. A woman can't teach a man how to be a man, a boy how to be a man. There's just certain things. That's just like a white person saying, I have the same struggles as a black person and I know exactly what you feel. You can understand it, but you really don't know because you don't live it every day. You understand? You don't know because that's not who you are. So you can teach the best way that you can, but fathers are important in a child's life,
Yes.
and they definitely should be there teaching that man how to be a man. And this is probably why, maybe this is one of the issues of when fathers are absent in a man's life, they have trouble doing certain things or not knowing how to be a certain way because the man didn't teach them that. So yeah, you might can learn that along the way as you grow. Everybody, because I grew up, with just my mom in the household. Okay. But at the same time, no matter what the situation is, you need both parents. You do.
Yeah, I
you
totally
need,
agree.
unless the parent is more of a destruction than anything else. Because one thing that they say is better to be from a broken home than in one. And I agree with that statement. Want to go back to some of those comments?
We can't keep going backwards.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay. So Tell Mama said today, he didn't skip it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Town Mama says sorry guys, but I did see some of y'all stuff, but I can't go too far back. Some of today's new male independent artists are always referring to women as bitches and hoes, never as queens. True to a certain extent.
But women refer to themselves as that also.
Yeah, that is very true. That is very true.
You can't ask for something that,
we got to change the mindset.
Yep.
Of how we see and represent ourselves. And that's a whole nother topic, to be honest with you. Big shout out to Lady Z on the check-in. I know I seen go back up here. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, BCA. Big shout out. You asked what you missed. You missed a lot of conversation. You guys know that y'all can always replay this. It will be up on YouTube and also on Roku. You can watch it as many times as you want. That's right. And comment. There was somebody, Lady Z made a comment. Lady Z made a comment, and she said women should never leave nothing to chance. Let's go to that. Women should never leave nothing to chance, but to call out and ask questions about anything that is unclear about what is being said. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I'm trying to understand. Okay. All right. Let's see.
What she's saying is that if you, as a female, you should never leave anything. You should never guess. But that's what anybody in a relationship, king or queen, and this is what we explain to our kids. If your other person has to guess what you feel or what you're thinking or what you need, then you're failing the relationship. There's no communication.
Oh, okay.
It don't work.
Oh, it don't. Oh, okay. Okay, all right, I understand that. So, all right.
It's the most importantly is communication.
Got you. Okay. Ray, she taught you from a woman's point that. Oh, let's go to that. Yes. She taught you from a woman's point of view, but a man teaches strength, what a man is supposed to do and how. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, but my mom also told me that. But honestly, I could say part of it. She didn't teach me the strength part come from actually being out on the street. I had to figure it out. Some shit I had to figure out.
I think that mothers and your mom, and this is just my opinion, you could teach strength in the best way that you know how, right?
Yes,
because
she did it the best that she knew.
Because at the end of the day, they show their strength when they're doing all that they're doing as a single parent. That alone is enough strength to show somebody, listen, regardless if someone's here or not, I still got to hold it down and make sure that we good and do it the best way that I can. And that overall shows strength. And that's probably another reason why, again, we have that attitude like, yo, we got to do this regardless if you here or not. So you understand what I'm saying?
But when you got that person there, we can't do, and that's kind of what I'm mostly saying here. When you got that person there, you can't compare yourself to the person who doesn't. And see, a lot of women fall into that where they're looking at the girl's relationship and thinking, oh, that's how it should be.
Okay.
And you can't compare yourself. Everybody's relationship is going to fall differently, and you can't. I might be one way with you, but my relationship before that, it ain't a woman that's going to say that I was like that, So it's all different. Right. Okay. That's why the relationship didn't work.
Well, let me tell you something now, Mosley. Guys, listen, you're saying, well, I agree with you though, on, they'll watch the TV or compare their relationship to their girls or whatever, which is true, but guys do it too. You guys do. Y'all compare your relationship to your girls too. And sometimes we probably do live in a little fantasy world. Like, I know me, if I watch a Tyler Perry movie, it's all for you, damn it. I'm trying to tell you. Okay. I be seeing them when the guys do all these nice things and they doing this and doing that. Sometimes I do live in that fairy tale world. I be like, shit, Ray didn't do that shit for me last week. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if he should get his king qualities today because he ain't doing that shit for me.
and that's why I say TV fails relationships. Because if you know your man can't afford a Birkin bag, you can't ask for that.
Absolutely. You
gotta know what you have before you start asking for what you can get.
Okay. All right. Understood. So here's the thing, guys. We're going to wrap this up. So here's, at the end of the day, when it comes to king and queens, I think that we have so much that we have to work on, but I think that no one is perfect. So we're all, I guess, in work in progress on both ends. But my take is, my ending result is, one, you got to let the king be a king. You got to let the man lead. But if you have a man that is not representing those qualities like a king and being a leader, you can't be mad when the woman steps in, okay? Because you're slacking on your king quality jobs, all right? So how do we fix this issue, in my opinion? Then you give your take. Guys, if y'all, I know some people put it in, if y'all want to put it in, the solution, how are we going to fix this again, or whoever didn't. How do we fix this? We fix it one by, like y'all said, because a lot of y'all put it in there already. You start with your mindset. You start with changing how you are. You work on creating habits of allowing the man to lead. You fall back a little bit, give him a chance, and not always assume that he's going to make a mistake, right? Because I think that I do that. I think that I'm so quick to jump in, and you probably weren't even going to make the mistake, but it looks like you were. And I'm like, oh, damn, let me jump in. But I also think that why not respect that? Why does that have to be looked at as a bad thing? I mean, I don't mind working on it and changing it. I'm okay with that. But I don't understand why y'all don't respect the fact that we're just trying to help and just make sure that things don't go left.
Like I always told you before, It's not about not respecting help. It's about how it's communicated. Most women, when they jump in and want to take over, like you said, oh, you can't handle the job. But how do you expect a good outcome with that approach?
Okay.
If you come out if you automatically interject and go, oh, you can't handle the job, so that's why I got to do it, you're going to get an attitude.
Okay.
But that's why I say what you say is not always important. It's about how you say it. Because, for example, women could call themselves a bitch, right? Mm-hmm. But you could say that to another girl. You with your homegirls, oh, bitch, this, that. But you could say it to another person and say it in another way that they'll be offended by it. You understand?
Okay.
So it's the same. You have to practice that same concept when you're approaching somebody with trying to help without making it look like, oh, you a fuck up.
Got you. I have one question for you, Ray. Okay. Where is the accountability of men not holding or standing up to the standards of the king? Because I could sit here and tell y'all, right? And I'm gonna keep it so real with y'all. I could sit here and tell you all of the stuff. I'll give you my flaws. I know that I have them and I will address them. And I could tell you, hey, you know what? Yeah, I think I could work on that. And I have to learn how to be submissive. I have to let the king lead. I'm bossy. I'm this, I'm that. I'm acknowledging, right? But you know what? I don't really never see you, okay, really taking any accountability, but I hear a lot of excuses. And then, I'm just trying to say.
There you go again. There you go again. See, you don't have the approach. And then now I guess I said it wrong. And exactly. Now
did I say it wrong, y'all? Or
as a king right here, I can get real ignorant, but it wouldn't make sense because that approach, you're not going to get the answer you would like to hear because it could become disrespectful. Right?
Okay. But I'm just talking about accountability, though.
Right, but the accountability is your opinion. Because just like I could tell you, you don't hear me once telling you you're not being a queen, because just because you may not be meeting simple stuff. See, women automatically take a king status away because it might be something simple that you did. Like, this motherfucker don't know how to cook. Oh, he ain't a king. Or,
No, I'm not talking about that. Al Mosley, I'm so sorry you lost your train of thought. If you want, because we was going to close it out, but if you want to get something off your chest, we can always open up the phone lines and you can always call in. All you could do is put yes or no, and we will do that real quick before we get up out of here. But if you got something that you want to get off your chest, you let us know. We will open up those phone lines. Matter of fact, just put the join up there, babe, for the phone lines real quick. Let's finish up these comments, and then we're going to be shortly closing out. Renee, I want to be feminine and let the man be masculine. I want to be heard, okay, while letting my suggestions taken into consideration, but let my king know what's best for the family.
Exactly.
Yes.
That's how it works.
Yes. Okay. All right. No, listen, I understand that. I totally agree. What I'm saying is, what my main point is here, it's right now, I feel like it's been a lot of putting a woman in her place, and I'm okay with that, right? But I don't hear or see accountability from men. I don't see accountability from y'all saying, I could step up more. I need to do this more. We could say, we need to do this. We need to do that. But where's the accountability for what you're supposed to bring to them?
I never said that. Every relationship, like I said, if you walk into any relationship thinking, hey, that everybody, you're not meeting my expectations, and you're not explaining that, then you're failing that relationship. You're failing your king. You're failing your queen. You can't say, hey, anybody that says I need to step up more. Yeah, everybody feels like that in any relationship. If you don't feel like the person you with, you could be doing more for, then you're failing the relationship. Because you should always feel like your spouse, especially if you're married, that you could do more for her or him.
Okay.
So there's not going to be the accountability now, because when we're talking about,
do you guys? I don't mean to cut you off. Who said it? Lady Z. Do you ever feel like you do need help from the queen?
Yeah, sometimes. And when I'll come to you, like, hey, advice. That's when we come to you. That's what I said. It's an advisory role. Just the same way with you. If you feel like you need something from me, you say, hey, what do you think of this? It goes both ways.
All right. Okay.
Now, and we're gonna get back, because you interrupted me with I'm talking about my accountability.
I'm sorry about that.
Accountability. You're saying how there's no accountability for men. There is accountability. His accountability only comes from what you're willing to accept.
Okay.
Okay. If you're continuing to look at your man and go, he's not leading, then when are you going to stop talking about it and either talk to him in a way where he can understand, because it's conversation.
Okay.
If the only way, like I said, and we've had this conversation, we've had it here right now, where if you immediately attack somebody, and when they say, hey, this is something wrong, you attack their ego. Yes, I'll say it like this.
What you mean I did it right now? And how did I attack your ego?
No, not my ego. I'm saying when you say, every time a man says something, you think it's his ego. Like when you said, hey, you disrespect, if you disrespect from a man, he don't like it. It's something about his ego. There's no accountability if you think that. Because you're not saying, hey, I was responsible for disrespecting him. Now, and I'm saying this because if nobody communicates, if you don't communicate, you cannot complain about what you need.
Right. Okay.
You made me lose my train of thought. I had a whole shit to say.
That's not my fault. Listen, it's a damn talk show. The Lady Miz show, okay? And he don't want me saying nothing now? Shit, damn. Come on. But nah, listen, you lost your train of thought. It happens to me all the time. You're just forgetting. See? I forget. I didn't blame that on nobody, but you blame me for forgetting. That's a problem, King. Okay? Now, Renee said that she believes that, and not to be nasty, but at the end of the day, the Poom Poom Masters and all, baby. I agree with that statement too. 100%. it.
Only
Yes,
a woman
I
would.
do. Yes, I do. Guys, okay, we're going to end it up. So, in so many words, be about it, Ms. Hold his ass accountable. Don't make me jack you up.
Ladies, see, she ain't talking about me.
He said she ain't talking about me. Well, no, not all the time, but sometimes. I'm not going to sit on here. See, one thing I'm not going to do is get on social media and act like, everything is okay. No, we're not doing that.
Nobody said it's
We're
perfect.
not doing
Everybody
that.
everybody has issues.
We are not doing that. Huh?
We all have issues in our relationship.
Yes, we do. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna sit here like, cause listen, sometimes you never know. They might got a solution to one of our damn problems. Anyway, guys, we're about to close out. Big shout out to India. You missed the whole show, but don't worry about it, you guys. When this ends, you can always go back and catch it from the beginning. We are always live every Monday at 7 p.m. from the Ground Up Productions. We interview all different types of entertainers and entrepreneurs. Okay. Next show on Monday coming up, we're going to be interviewing Brian Thomas. I did my first video with him, the Touch Me video. This is on Valentine's Day. Guys, pull up for this, especially if you're an artist or if you know somebody that needs photos. This man is amazing. He worked with Beyonce. He worked with Michael Jackson. He did choreography for Michael Jackson. Like, some of the shows and stuff that we watched, this man created all of that. So we will be interviewing him this Monday coming up, Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure y'all pull up for that. And also, we are here every Tuesday. Okay, this is Talk Therapy Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are always live on YouTube and we are live on Roku. If you have a Roku, go over and add us to your TV list. We are looking for content creators. If you have music videos, if you have short films, if you have a talk show, if you have a podcast, bring it to us so we can put it on our network. It is a beautiful thing because you got people who don't even have television or other stuff, and they go on there to watch TV just like the Fire Stick. And if you got content, your stuff could be on there as well. So guys, I want to thank y'all so much for tuning in. And I want to remind you before we get out of here, y'all know I like to close it out with my promos, okay, that we have a compilation coming out February 18th. If we have any problems with this because something popped up, we still will be dropping and doing our release party on our podcast. The compilation is called Family Business, and it's me, my whole family on this joint, and those who are like family. So make sure y'all pull up for that. Also, y'all know, guys, Boss Move chips, my potato chips. Yes, I'm finally getting them. I am getting the order. I'm sending everybody out something to pre-order a package of chips. Support your girl. Help me out. This, I believe, is going to really go far and really also help other people who want to promote themselves and get themselves out there and get your face on a bag of chips and also make money. You want to know how to get down with this, okay? Also, I got so many different things. I stay busy, y'all. Y'all already know what it is. Hood Court. This was going to be another good show. Hood Court, okay? Me and Tyler Mix. And it is exactly what it is. Hood Court. Everything is based off of the code of the street. So if you feel violated in any type of way or feel like somebody then broke one of the hood rules, bring them to Hood Court. You can go to my website, www.ladymiz.com. I spell lady with an I, so that's LADIMIZ. You could go to ladymiz.com and there's a form there for you to fill out. If you look at the menu button, you'll find the form. You could fill out the form if you're a complainant, and you could let us know what type of hood rule was broken or violated and who you want to bring on the show, and it will go down and we will let you know if that person lose their hood card or not, because we are not playing. So make sure y'all spread this. Make sure that the hood know it's going down here on From the Ground Up Productions. We are out, y'all. So big shout out to California. Yes, I see y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Do you have any final words?
Nah, I'm good.
You sure?
Yep.
So guys, again, thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I could take a breath. We'll see y'all next week. Make sure y'all hit that notification button, subscribe, and share. Tell other people to come along and share. Tell mama, I'm not sure if you hear, let me apologize to you. I did not forget about your shirt, okay? I am sending your shirt this week. Okay, so please forgive me. I apologize for that. And we will be running some other specials where we will be giving away some free stuff. Also, we will be giving away some free advertisement. If you want to advertise on our show, we will be picking lucky winners. So if you know people who want to do that, they can tune into the show. The system picks it for us. And yeah, so we got that going on. Guys, we out. Thank y'all so much. And we'll see you next week. Peace.
We hope you enjoyed your time with Lady Miz on Talk Therapy. We'll see you next time. Be sure to add our channel to your Roku list and listen to us on all streaming platforms.
From the ground up. From the ground up. There's only one way to go from here.